Should we get some tape to hold that camera cover back?
Sounds good.
All right, so you filming?
Yeah.
Okay. So thrown and altered just means, well, let's back up. A thrown and altered bowl. First, what does it mean to be a bowl in our minimum definition? It can hold Cheerios, right? This does not have to be a constant curve, and I see no one picked out a constant curve of these samples here. So I'm going to throw in real fast and show you. So I'm going to go through the steps right now. I'm going through the steps right now quickly that you already know. So what did I just do? What move did I just do? Big squeeze, okay. Now I'm resetting the curve, throwing down. Here comes pull number one. I'm going to turn this into a low profile. So I dig the hole, grab the edge, inside hand is moving, outside hand joins in. Light at the lip. Remember, the lip's going to get lighter and lighter, or thinner and thinner as it gets wider. Pull number two. Dig, and my inside hand is moving. Now my outside hand is joining. That's the second pull. The third pull is just finding any little spot that got missed on the first or second. But I don't necessarily have to be squeezing the whole time. So this is already low profile, not quite constant curve. I'm going to do a little bit of shape and scrape. Drop it down a little lower. Remember, shape and scrape, rip tool on the inside. I personally like to get the throwing marks out of the inside because I don't like speed bumps when I'm chasing Cheerios with a spoon. So one last shape and scrape here, and then I'm going to throw down, reset the curve one last time, and I'll have a constant curve. So from the lip, remember this pistol finger position. Lots of water here, lots of water on the outside of the bowl, and from the lip, back down into the center, reset the curve, and we're back at a constant curve. Now this you all know about. Yeah, maybe one of the, that right there, behind this one part. Thank you, yeah, that's kind of gross, but it'll work. So this is a bowl, and it's thrown, but it's not altered right now. So here's the thing about the throwing and altering. I'm going to show you a few ways, but there are an infinite number of ways you can alter the bowl. Alter means change. So right now it is round, it's symmetrical, it's concentric. Concentric means if we slice it like bread or slice it horizontally, we're going to have a bunch of circles of different sizes stacked on top of each other. You guys picture that? Okay. This bowl, if we did the same thing, we wouldn't have circles. Does that make sense? Okay. So that is where you cross over from being a thrown bowl to a thrown and altered bowl. So one little alteration I'm going to do, I don't want to negate the function of the bowl. I want it to still be able to hold Cheerios, but I'm going to alter the lip because there's not a whole lot that the lip has to do other than look pretty. And I've already made sure that the lip is rounded out so it's not going to be fragile. And I'm going to do, I'm going to take clean dry fingers, 2 up and 1 down here, and alter the lip. This could be good if I was making an omelet on Saturday morning. You scramble your eggs and then you can pour them right out here out of this little spout. Maybe. Or what could this be used for? Bowl of ice cream, you and your best friend, BFFs, spoon. You and your 3 best friends. Should I stop?
No.
Should I keep going? So now I'm just looking at what I did here, and I'm going halfway between. So here's a couple tips. When you're throwing and altering, less is more sometimes, and when I mean less, I don't mean the alterations, I mean the amount of touching that you do. The less you touch the clay and the cleaner you are. You see I did each of those one time. I didn't go back and try to adjust it. If you need to do adjustments, wait till it's a little drier and you're not leaving fingerprints all over the place. Otherwise it just gets messy. Should I stop now?
Yeah.
Should I do another round? I want to do one more. I'm excited this one. Griffin got me worked up. So one kind of light touch. Something go wrong there? Yeah. Okay. Well, and I forgot my thank you swirl at the bottom. Okay, so this is one way to throw an altar. Just can you pull me out the biggest board that's in there, please? Does somebody have their modeling tool I can borrow? Can I borrow your modeling tool for a second? Don't let me forget to give it back to you. Thank you. Thank you. So remember, taking the bowl off the wheel, round end of the modeling tool, dig that groove in there deep enough to fit your fingers. Scissor fingers, twist and lift. Okay, so that's a constant curve, low profile, that's been altered at the lip. There's lots of different ways you can adjust your fingers if you do some kind of alteration to the lip.
Can I stop?
Let's keep going. We'll do a couple more. These samples up here, you want to get a picture of the samples? Who picked these out again? Jolene and Bailey and Josiah and who else? And Chris? Okay, pick these samples out. Let's say 1, 2, 3, or 4. Which one do you guys want to see right now? Number 1, 2, 3, or 4. Show me with your fingers. Number 4? The 4s have it. You guys like number 4, huh? Okay, so this is a version or an interpretation, an American interpretation of a Asian T-bowl form. And by American, I mean we made it bigger. Because everything's better if it's bigger, right? Wait, we're not in Texas. California's a pretty big state. So what it is basically a constant curve low profile with a cylinder on top. So we're going to combine what you remember first semester from cylinder making with what you're doing right now with bowl making. So it's a slight combination of those two techniques. I open the round well, that's the same, but I'm going to go about halfway down. Remember I said go about a third of the way down? Go a little bit deeper if you want to try this T-bowl shape. The T-bowl shape is not a requirement, but I'm showing you because it's a really easy one to alter. Because it becomes cylindrical on top, you can alter it really in a lot of different ways. So here comes big squeeze. Okay, now I'm going to steady that, got a little wiggly, reset the curve. And what's going to happen, I'm going to start pulling like it's a constant curve, and then I'm going to switch, do a rollover, and then pull like it's a cylinder. So ready, set, dig. And start the pull. Okay, pause right here. Here I'm going to roll over slowly and start pulling up like it's a cylinder. Flaring out a little bit, I'm going to collar it back in. And it's kind of hard to see right now in this pull, but it is round on the bottom. You'll see it a little bit more after pull number 2. And right here is my change in direction. Here's where I switch to pulling like a cylinder. Again, collar that a little bit. And how many pulls was that? 2? I think I might be done. So this is even thickness. Check my lip. Keep it round. Griffin, what do you want? Okay, glaze something. Start a side project. Make your mom a present. Mother's Day's coming. Over there you can. Josiah will be right over there. You guys can throw it together. All right, so all I did was shape and scrape the outside. Remember, we shape and scrape the outside on cylinders. And I'm just getting that cleaned up so that I have a kind of a blank canvas to do something to. You guys wanted to see this, right? I forgot. To get that kind of texture in there, I'm going to use the corner of something sharp. Could be your modeling tool. It could be the edge of a rib tool. I have lots of different rib tools. If you would like to try one of them out, just come ask. I will always say yes as long as you ask first and bring it back when you're done. Yes? What does it say? Okay. Coming back? Yeah. Okay. Should I stop there? So I'm just using the edge of the tool, but do notice I got a finger on the inside, keeping the wall steady. And there's little boogers on there. I'll worry about those later. Okay, how should I alter it? That alteration, I just used a straight edge on a wooden tool. Could be your modeling tool. I'm going to use one of these big fat wooden rib tools, and I'm going to push it in at an angle. Do I want to go at that angle? You guys like that better than that? Angles. You guys like angles? Okay. So a couple wet fingers on the inside, and one little wipe. So there's one. And to find that angle, I lined up the top of the tool with the lip and the bottom of the tool on the wheel. So I'm going to line the top up to that mark again, and that's halfway. And again, one move. Should I stop? Should I do it again? How many of you have thrown a bowl that you realized you went too far with? Raise your hand. Part of the secret to this is knowing when to quit. One more. Stay symmetrical. Stay balanced. Okay. And again, I'm resisting the urge to kind of tweak this a little bit right now. I will do it when it gets a little drier. Dry enough to where it's still soft and moves, but it's not leaving fingerprints on the surface. Okay, so same technique for taking it off. Round undercut. Scissor fingers. Okay. What else can I show you? You guys want to see more, or are you ready to go to work? Here's the thing. I'm going to do these demos in all my classes over the next 2 days, and we're going to take